It stops at 12. Welcome, everybody, for the nation's capital. I'm Neil Cavino. We're about 4.5 hours away from President Trump addressing a joint session of Congress. Not a State of the Union address, but it will give him a chance to talk about the state of his priorities for Congress that fits and starts with some of his agenda. We've got Congressman Luis Gutierrez from the beautiful state of Illinois. Congressman, there are many of your Democratic colleagues who are opting, even those that are willing to go, not to applaud, just to sit there silently. What do you think of that?
Well, here's what I think. I think it's going to be a very solemn night for me. I intend to go, listen, be quiet, sit on my hands and listen. I have a town hall meeting that I want to prepare for next Monday, so I'm going to be there to listen firsthand. Look, Neil, I mean, there's a great chasm between the president and me and the community that I represent. And he's going to have to bridge that gap. I don't believe he will tonight. He has set course on a path to massive deportation. Even though he knows he can't round up 11 million people, he has instilled a fear in the community that is without precedent.
He's not talked about rounding up 11 million people. So why are you scaring people like that?
That is the fear that exists in our community. It's very palpable.
But you'd have to admit it's misplaced fear. He never said that.
But if I could invite Neil, it is the consequence of his words and his actions that I am responding to. I would invite you any day of the week, Cavino, to come to my office. People are trying to figure out how to protect their wives, their husbands, their loved ones. Everybody's trying to get
I want to continue that. We were talking to Democratic Congressman Luis Gutierrez of the beautiful state of Illinois. And Congressman, one of the things we were trying to say in a fair and balanced approach to this is what you make of what he wants to do when it comes to illegals. More to the point, illegals in this country, illegals continue to try to get in this country. What solution, what are you offering in return? You said you're going to be silent tonight. You heard some of your colleagues who might feel the same way or frustrated. That's fine, be silent. But you got to work with him on this, right? You can't be saying stuff like he's going to go out and start deporting 11 million people, right?
But Neil, no one's worked more closely with my Republican colleagues than I have. 4 years ago, I was with then Congressman Ryan, not Speaker Ryan, in the city of Chicago, working on a comprehensive immigration reform. You saw what happened in 2013 in the Senate. 68 votes, 68 senators voted. I think our position is clear. Yes, we want to stop the deportation. We want to have a system of immigration that allows people to come legally to the United States to fulfill those vacuums in our workforce that are necessary. I
think that you would think that when he wants to pass immigration legislation, when he wants to find an acceptable way to deal with this problem once and for all, you would work with that and not be entertaining this sort of sitting on your hands because you're angry with the results.
Here's what I have to say to you. Bannon, Kobach, and when he named Senator Sessions as his Attorney General, the message was loud and clear to our community. No one, no group of people or influencers on the president has been more steadfastly
anti-immigrant. Right? I mean,
because I
you
know,
would hate people jumping. Sir, you would hate people jumping to that conclusion about you. Here he's saying, I'm interested in coming up with immigration reform. Congressman Gutierrez, I want to work with you. Show me how I do that, what to do. If he offered that olive branch tonight and did that, what would you recommend to him? Leaving Bannon out of it, leaving this idea of deportation of 11 million people and getting back to reality. What would you do?
Here's what I would do. I would say to the President of the United States, stop the deportations. Stop the deportations against that lovely mother who for 8 consecutive years reported herself to the immigration agents, has American citizen children, and when she reported herself under the Trump administration, was immediately deported from the United States.
Did you say that to Barack Obama when he? Did you say that to Barack Obama when he was deported?
Neil, not only did I say it for Barack Obama, but you have the film footage of when I denounced him at the White House and was arrested and taken away in handcuffs, not once, but twice when Barack Obama was president of the United States.
But if you're here illegally, you're going to have a sob story for a lot of people. That's a reality. But when you're here illegally, what do you do?
There are 11 million undocumented workers in the United States.
I understand that. We're talking in circles. What do you offer to do to work with the president?
Neil, we're not talking in circles. We're talking about 11 million. There are 5 million American citizen children. Their parents are undocumented in this country.
So you wouldn't deport a one? You wouldn't deport a one? I'm not saying 11 million. You wouldn't deport a one?
I didn't say that. Neil, I never said that. If you look at the proposals that we have, and that we have submitted before the Congress, and indeed were passed by the Senate in 2013 with ample bipartisan support, 68 out of 100 senators. Obviously, there are people that come here to do ill, people who come here to do harm. For me, they're not immigrants. You know what they are? They're foreigners. And I don't want them here in this country either. But I'm talking about
so you already
those
have common ground with the president. There you go. You have common ground with the president.
Those who have come
so don't sit on your hands and be quiet. You have an opportunity to work with it.
But it's not common ground when we have dreamers that are being threatened, and one has already been deported from the United States. Look, Neil, I want to work with the other side, but we have to find a common ground in order to do that.
I just gave you a common ground. I found that I
just want to say one thing before I leave. Hopefully the next time I'll be able to sit in the studio with you and not be able to have to talk to you through these cameras. I thought today was going to be the day. Unfortunately,
you're a busy man. You're voting, and you've got things to do.
We weren't able to do it. Thank you, Neil, for having me.
I always love having you on. Agree or disagree, never disagreeable, which is why we like to think that we get more of each side than anyone, and we take great pride in that. Never Republican without a Democrat, never bull without a bear, never one side, both sides, all the time.